Welcome back to the show, everybody. We got some news today, ladies and gentlemen. How about Ripple? What's going on with the court case? We'll talk about it. And guess what? The SEC's targeted someone else now. You're going to want to know that. We got Charles Hoskinson, grand conspiracy in the news. We got a back cleanup on it. 52.2 million XRP, ladies and gentlemen. Google, crypto, Coinbase, watch out. Bank of BNYMellon and new ODL partners, Europe expansion, baby. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow us on TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook for exclusive content. $965 billion market cap for crypto. Shout out to CoinPetrica for the numbers here. Bitcoin, 19,100 plus. Ethereum, 1,200 plus. XRP is 50 cents again after falling down this morning. It's back up. We'll keep an eye on it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to talk to you right now about my sponsor, GlintPay. You guys know I love them. If you start using GlintPay, physically allocated gold, they give you a debit card. You can spend it wherever. Hedge inflation. You know we're in uncertain times. There's nothing that makes me feel better than God's money, and it's gold. You can click the link underneath the video and check it out for yourself. I encourage you to know this. You start using it, you won't stop. The Bank of England is stepping in to prevent a fire sale on government debt after its QE portfolio is already 200 billion pounds in the red. Shout out to Gold Telegraph for this one too. This is breaking news right here, ladies and gentlemen. International Monetary Fund is warning the risks of a breakdown of the world's financial system have risen to levels only seen during past crises. And look, we're not even in this thing yet. They're sounding the alarm now. We just weeks ago redefining what a recession was and that we weren't in one. Is everyone following along? Raise your hand. Ripple ODL partner Bitso has 52.2 million XRP transferred to an unknown wallet. I have to speak to on-demand liquidity here. I'm speculating, but I do not believe the large majority of this is retail, if any at all. We'll keep an eye on it as we always do. Okay, so Charles Hoskins made a comment in Tony's Thinking Crypto YouTube channel conversation/interview where he said grand conspiracy. Now he's redefining what that was because it was differently when he said it. First of all, we'll get into this, but I want Charles to know, and I've said this at every point that I have commented on what has been said that he commented on in his interview. He said, I said to him, to be clear, I have always had great respect for you, Charles. I'll never be disrespectful, even if in disagreeing with you, but no one, including yourself in your original comment, ever said the entirety of the SEC. That's how we got here. Reframing your comments feels disingenuous, and it does. And I say that professionally. I say that respectfully. I do not condone or encourage trolling of any kind. You know, I'm out here in the public eye and I get trolled every single day of my life. And it's a part of doing this job. You don't hear me complain. He comes in, and this was just earlier this morning. He says here, my grand conspiracy comment was on the entirety of the SEC. However, full disclosure, I went back and checked the clip. He did not say the entirety of the SEC at all in his original comment, and he is now saying that's what it meant, and that's okay if it's a correction. The XRP community has repeatedly reframed it. No, they have not. They took it for the way that you originally said it. And to be truthful, Charles, and I'm sorry if this truth comes to someone that's not in your circle, and maybe there's too many yes men and women in your circle that are hooked to your wallet. But a real friend and a buddy would have pulled you aside and said, hey, you know what? I'm sorry, but you actually, after making that original comment, came out and said it doesn't matter that there was something that possibly went on that was corrupt or a violation of law. Now, all of a sudden, you're rephrasing the argument. You know, it's like, this is disappointing is what this is, Charles. I do hold your contribution very high to this space, but here is a moment where humility could solve it all. He blocked me today, and I think it's a damn shame. Because I went on further again this morning after the comment I just read to you. And again, I've never attacked Charles. I don't attack people. Just to clarify publicly, I don't condone any attacks on you or anyone else. I did that for the benefit of public people in Twitter, in the public format of social media and Twitter, to see that that's my tone, even though I disagree. The only way we get the best out of one another is respectful, engaging discussion. I am attacked every day for things I say by the nature of my job. I don't wish it on anyone. We can agree to disagree. And then he blocked me. SEC's targeting somebody else. And who knows? It could even be Cardano. We've covered articles on that. You know, I don't know. Maybe his anxiety's up because of it all. I don't know what's going on. What I do know is I still hold great promise to Charles's contribution to this space and ADA, Cardano, the whole network, and what they bring to the table in the way of innovation. None of that's going to change. But the SEC is still doing what they do. SEC is now launching an investigation into Bored Ape Yacht Club creator Yuga Labs. Hello, everybody. I do agree with Charles, and we have way more that we align on than this one little comment that he refuses to acknowledge what he actually said and continues to blame others for his own remarks. The truth is, there's a lot I align with, more that I align. 99.9% of what Charles says I align greatly with. And the reality here for me is that that's what a sad state of affairs it is, and a sad commentary it is, that there's a lack of humility there to just acknowledge what was said at first and to come back and correct it. It really is a damn shame. But you know what? We press on, and I'm still a believer in Cardano and Charles. Brazil is becoming the primary crypto market of Latin America as records show over 12,000 Brazilian companies have crypto holdings. Brazil says, you know what? We understand what's coming, and we're not going to mess around. We're going to seize the day. CoinDesk says Google will let a selection of customers pay for cloud services with crypto. This is all going to be done with the integration and partnership with Coinbase, ladies and gentlemen. And they're going to accept crypto through cloud services payments. And it says right here, it will receive the crypto payments from Google Cloud next conference. Tech giant said it will receive crypto payment integration with crypto exchange Coinbase. Crypto payments will initially be rolled out to a handful of customers involved in Web3 industry. Google will also use Coinbase's custody service Coinbase Prime. We want to make building in Web3 faster and easier, and this partnership with Coinbase has developers get one step closer to that goal. That's where we're at right there. This is Bank of New York Mellon, Ripple partner, Google seed investor in Ripple. Just a reminder. BNYMellon is becoming the first large U.S. bank to safeguard digital assets alongside traditional investments on the same platform. Is anybody else getting the feeling that they must know something that we don't? Because they're not turning away at all. The nation's oldest bank said it would begin receiving clients' cryptocurrencies on Tuesday, becoming the first large U.S. bank to safeguard digital assets along traditional investments on the same platform. That, to me, is absolutely a moment I've been waiting for, where custodying my digital assets with a trusted name, a trusted bank, somewhere in the United States, and it be insured. Now that is a question. I'm sure it's going to come with insurance, but it doesn't address that point in this article. However, we will follow up with that if that becomes a fact that's shared in that. So, but I would imagine their customers are not going for that kind of exposure. We'll see, though. We'll see. Ripple, however, breaking news. Now, we covered this morning Egypt and commercial bank relationships with Ripple. This is different, ladies and gentlemen. I can't even talk. Ripple welcomes 2 new ODL partners today. Lemonway as our first ODL partner in France, and XBot as our first ODL partner in Sweden, ladies and gentlemen. This is exciting to me. This is what it's all about. This is that pressure incentive of 95% of our customer base is around the world. The world's not confused about what XRP is in other countries, right? And the U.S. better get unconfused about it here. I don't think there's actually any confusion about it at all. I think it's theater, is what I believe. And I think it is a audit and vetted process that Ripple and XRP had to go on this path, because you can't regulate and legislate what hasn't been defined. You got to define this thing. And you got to do it through either the court or a complement of the court and Congress passing legislation. That's how it's got to be done. That's why I also personally believe that there were a select few, as I have always said that I believe, that had inside knowledge of the path of Ripple and XRP, and they used it for their personal gain through public office as well. I do believe that. Today, Ripple, the leader in enterprise blockchain crypto solutions, announced its first on-demand liquidity customer in France as it joins forces with Lemonway, a Paris-based payment provider for online marketplaces. The new partnership sees Lemonway using RippleNet's ODL, which leverages XRP, ladies and gentlemen, for crypto-enabled payments to enhance its treasury payments processes. It goes on to talk about eliminating the need to pre-fund accounts abroad, giving them the opportunity to use previously trapped pre-funded capital to grow and scale their business. Watch out for them. They've also announced a second new ODL customer. It's first in Sweden. Swedish money transfer provider XBot enables money movement between Sweden and Thailand. Bot's new partnership with Ripple sees the company offering instant and cost-effective retail remittances with ODL, supported by Tranglo, the cross-border payment hub based in Singapore. This, to me, is extremely exciting. This is the kind of expansion I want to see. This is from Senda Young. She says, we are delighted to be working with Lemonway and XBot, our first ODL customers in France and Sweden, respectively. That's 2 new corridors opened up right there, right? I mean, that's beautiful. Since our inception 10 years ago, Ripple has focused on using blockchain and crypto to build real use cases. This is why we have become the partner of choice for enterprises such as Lemonway and XBot, looking to tap into global crypto liquidity to eliminate the traditional problems associated with cross-border payments, such as lack of speed, unreliability, and excessive costs, as Senda Young, Managing Director of Europe. Expansion continues, ladies and gentlemen. Ripple's taking over. Mass adoption, baby. And it looks like the court case has SEC in the bullpen for retail investors greatly to discourage the attractiveness of all the beautiful things that are taking place, maybe? One could guess. One can speculate. Well, this isn't speculation. SEC versus Ripple, and the SEC has tick-tock, 2 days left to file the motion for reconsideration over the Hinman documents. We will obviously watch that very closely. We also know that October 18th, we are waiting for party files, all materials relating to oppositions to summary judgment motions temporarily under seal, including briefs 56.1, counter statements, and supporting exhibits. October 20th, parties meet to confer to identify redactions sought by each side of the opposition briefs. Party file public redaction versions of the opposition briefs, making only those provisional redactions requested by parties during the meet and confer. I thought October 19th was the day that they did that, so keep an eye out for that one. However it goes, we have a lot more information from the case coming to all of us. And if you're not aware of this, ladies and gentlemen, iTrust Capital is the best crypto gold silver IRA on the planet, bar none. Don't believe me? Try it for yourself. And by the way, you can earn up to 9.5% APY staking right now live on that platform. You have got to check it out. Click that link. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my digital perspectives. I'll catch all of you on the next one.